Jennifer Garner's engagement is now under serious question as whispers swirl of a renewed secret friends with benefits arrangement with Ben Affleck. What once seemed straightforward, her forthcoming marriage to businessman John Miller, is now clouded by this clandestine pact with her ex-husband. Garner, once poised to step into her next chapter, is reportedly back in the orbit of Affleck in a way that's raising red flags for her fiancé and the people around them. In what can only be described as a quiet yet shockingly complicated reunion, Jennifer and Ben, nearly 7 years after their divorce, are said to have slipped into a discreet friends with benefits dynamic. Not romantic, they claim, simply a pact between two people who share a deep past. But insiders say the emotional undercurrents are far stronger than either is willing to admit. They know each other better than anyone else, one source noted, and what begins as something safe and familiar may be lurking in dangerously ambiguous territory, especially since Jennifer is already engaged to someone else. They've set strict rules, or so it's said: no overnight stays, no future talk, no mixing of present and past. Jennifer, 53, is reportedly determined to keep things controlled. Her engagement still stands, she says, and she insists she is drawing a bright line between the chapters of her life. Ben, too, is said to be obeying the rules, yet the emotional tug remains. He leans on Jennifer, insiders reveal, describing her as his emotional anchor when things get rocky. And that's where John Miller steps into the picture, quiet, cautious, uneasy. Though he's been understanding of Jennifer's history and supportive of her role as a co-parent to Ben's 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, the resurgence of Affleck in their lives is putting his patience to the test. Friends say John is trusting but wary, watching to see if Jennifer is truly ready to let go of the past before walking down the aisle. Meanwhile, Ben is reported to be leaning heavily on Jennifer during a rough patch in his marriage to Jennifer Lopez. At his lowest, they say, he picks up the phone and it's Jennifer's voice on the other end, familiar, stabilizing, safe. For all her efforts to move on, this rekindled connection may be pulling her back into a dynamic she once tried so hard to escape. Fans and friends alike are sounding the alarm. Some warn that Jennifer is playing with fire. Supporting an ex might be noble, but when emotional entanglement creeps in, simple lines blur fast. Others defend the arrangement as a mature alliance built on mutual respect and shared history. Still, the central question remains: can Jennifer hold the line between supporting a former partner and safeguarding her own future? For now, both Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck appear committed to privacy and peace. Whether their unconventional pact will derail her future with John Miller is unknown, but the truth is this: the ties between Hollywood's most talked-about ex-couple are far from severed. Jennifer doesn't view her actions as betrayal. An insider says she sees them as compassion. But soon, she may be forced to choose between being the anchor in someone else's life and protecting the life she's building for herself.